to make this video, but I guess I figure this might be a good time to actually talk about it. Um, and I know people might disagree with me, but this is my perspective. A major reason why I started making videos on Cynthia D specifically was because of my own pregnancy and my own loss, basically. Um, for me, a major thing is with her talking a lot about aborting children and aborting black children was very offensive to me as someone who, you know, has lost a child, through miscarriage. And, I don't know, it just to me was like the devaluement of black children and trying to basically act like black children are less valuable than white children is a big problem in society. I think it's a major reason why a lot of black women, you know, why a lot of black children lose their lives to abortion is because of that idea that black children are less valuable. And black women like her actually believe that black children are less valuable and that their lives should be disposed of. And personally, for me, from my perspective, it's just like, I don't agree with that. I think all children are worthy of, you know, living, and being born into good families and things of that nature. I don't think we should think like that if you're pregnant with a black boy that you should kill it or something of that nature. It's a sick way to think, in my opinion, you know. And, having been pregnant myself, I could have been pregnant with a child that was male, and any child that I would ever be pregnant with would be black, in my opinion, since, I'm black, so like, any child I would have would be black. I know some people have the idea that, oh no, biracial isn't black and all that stuff. I don't really care. From my perspective, that is still black. But my point is, that's a major thing that was very offensive to me. And, I don't think that anyone, no matter what their ethnicity is or their gender is, that they deserve to be aborted based off of their gender and race. It's an extremely racist idea to think that black babies deserve to be aborted more than white babies. Very racist and very self-hating. And it's just sad that there's some people that follow her and actually agree with her, because it kind of implies that they think that they themselves shouldn't even exist. Because for every black woman that exists, she comes from a black man in many cases. I know some people would say biracials aren't black, but to me they are black too. So for every black woman that exists, basically she came from a black man. So basically you're saying that she should have been aborted, or that the person that made her should have been aborted so she wouldn't exist. You see how that's not pro-black women, that's anti-black women, that's against black women's existence. Because without black men, without biracial men, there are no black women. So what you're really saying is that you wish you didn't exist, and you wish that you were just, another race, really. But that wouldn't be you, because you came from the parents that you came from. If you had different parents, that wouldn't be you to begin with. So, to me, it basically shares that you have more self-hate than anything. You can't get rid of the black man and have a black woman still there. Just like you can't get rid of the black woman and still have the black man there. Either way, you're getting rid of your existence. And like I said, having the mentality that black boys should be aborted, think of it this way: if black male children shouldn't exist, then basically you're saying that black male children are less than white male children, right? So then, where does that put biracial children? Less than white children, obviously. Even if we were going to make a distinction here. So even if you are a black woman who thinks that black male children should be eradicated, then you having a child with a white person would still be less than any white children. So how are you going to raise those children? You're going to raise those children as if they are less than any white children someone else could have, or, the father of that child could have. That's not a good mindset. You're not going to raise your child thinking they're the best and most beautiful child that you could, you know, give life to. And you're not going to raise your child as if they're number one. You're going to raise your child like they are a knockoff and the best that you could have, but not the best among other children. You're still going to see your children as less than white children. And I recommend change your thinking before you have children, because you're never going to think your children are good enough, because you've literally condemned half of what they are. So, from my perspective, I just think that's very unhealthy. I don't think that black men should be aborted, black male children should be aborted. I don't believe that. I think that you should raise your children to be better, and as long as you teach them good values, it's not like being black is inherently wrong. You can raise decent black children. It's just, some people weren't raised with much values, so you get white and black men who, don't have values and are of lower classes and menaces to society. You can get anyone to become a criminal. We don't say that white people should stop having children, white girls, as children, because in the penitentiary, they are the majority. We don't say that. So why would you say that about black men? I don't think that, you should just say just because black men have had a higher percentage of issues, why don't you focus on the people that raised them in the households they grew up in? That's probably why they ended up the way they did. There are plenty of black men who are not criminalized psychopaths. There are many black men who are actually decent. And thinking that blackness creates indecency and immorality is the ideas that black people have been mired with by other races of people for centuries. Why are you internalizing that racism on yourself? And lastly, for me, like I said, it is a personal issue for me because I did lose a child that was black, obviously, because I'm black, and it could have been a black male child, I don't know. And to me, I find it extremely offensive and ignorant and disgusting to say that black children are less valuable than white children. and that black children deserve to be aborted based off of their race and gender. I don't agree with that. And I think anyone who values black children less than white children is sick, disgusting, and I despise them. Okay? I despise them because society has been doing that for so long, and we don't need another disgusting individual to really claim that black children are less than white children.